Yes, hello. Good afternoon. How are
Awesome.
you?
Finally.
Yeah, we got connected here. We're just,
Yes.
if it's okay, I'm just going to record this for customer development.
Yes, perfect.
Okay.
Definitely.
So, yeah, with Pylontech, how are things going today?
Well, very good. We've been having a very good week worldwide. Stocks are getting better and research and development is doing great. So far, those are the real things and good things that I can say, but it's really good.
Yeah, given that O&M costs are going up, how is it affecting your business today with all the tariffs and the complexities?
Yes, we have been able to navigate through the process and having inventories at the right time here. We already have our warehouses with local inventories, a little bit of it, but after last year's situation of the first round of tariff, we decided to increase just as our security inventories instead of a month and a half, we take it to 3 months and start working better pipeline and forecast with customers. So everything have been really smooth, no bigger issues.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're definitely developing a technology to see if it's a kind of a MVP, pre-MVP
Hmm.
technology, and we're looking for obviously to bring in the integrated ESS storage for virtual power plants, IPPs, and PPAs.
Okay.
And we're working with some pretty big projects that are in the tune of $10 billion to the DoD. So what
Hmm.
we need is domestic content procured
Hmm.
ESS. And we're looking for, either to get those, retrofitted here in the US. I know in Texas was there initially a discovery call where we
Hmm.
could actually produce the cell to packs. And if you had the BMS and all the containers, we could actually integrate that pack line into this tooling line to get us
Hmm.
the end products that we need. Predominantly today, we're working with battery factories to produce different technologies. And the technologies come down to the CAM material and the anode silicon graphite material to make next gen all solid state batteries. My partner also worked with Lithium to help set up their
Hmm.
battery factory as they have a 1,175 amp an hour blade battery. And when we look at
Okay.
this for the cost efficiency with LCOE, Tesla is using a prismatic cell that's a multi-pack, and that goes into their cabinet. And when we look at the cost constraints between, what is going to be the best model due to the cost of O&M going up. We know
Hmm.
we factor in roughly, 20K per year per megawatt for a good start for O&M
That's
costs.
not bad. That's not bad.
So,
Yeah,
so
that's really
looking at
good.
that, and looking at what we can actually sell the
Hmm.
battery systems, we've had different providers come to us to offer solutions, but it's not the right fit. So
Okay.
today we're looking at evaluating uh, vendors and suppliers. And obviously, we're talking with TWS, Pylontech, Sunrover, BSL, Fluence,
Hmm.
Raven Safe, and Tesla. And it all comes
Okay.
down to the cost. Yes, sir.
Yes, at the end, we are looking for solutions, and when you're trying to find a solution, you have it's a multi-layers uh, applications that include cost, qualities. It goes deeper to sales quality, and it goes up until cost. I mean, that's where you want to keep good sales qualities. In this case, I believe that we can definitely be a good fit for your integrations and anything, any projects that you could have right now. Because as a battery manufacturer that we are totally integrated. We go from raw material to recycle, and basically we the part of local content is the one that I don't think we are not there yet. because what we have in Dallas is basically offices or the sales office, and we don't have any integration in the US. We are just entirely producing in Shanghai. We produce our cells, we produce our modules, we produce our battery solutions, and completely our ESS and our BSS as well. We go for residential to utility scale, but everything it's in Shanghai. We don't have any local content yet here in the US. We have integration facilities in Italy, but just modules, specifically our 1C modules integrations are in Italy. But given that, I believe that the next step will definitely, I will send you an MDA. So with the MDA, I will be able to provide you the quotes that you are requesting, because what I'm feeling is that you're getting a sense of the pricing and the price per watt, and I will be able to do so. Um,
Yeah, we look at both because we have projects that are supporting CNI and D
mhm.
projects globally. And we're also working with Indian suppliers to supply them the raw material and also
Okay.
tooling lines to help out with their TRL deployment and pilot lines as well. And we're also looking to adopt potentially to bring in obviously, we have the American made right here, Unigrid, Sodium
Yeah.
Atoms, and we also, my partner ran a 44 gigawatt foundry in Commerce, Georgia. He built the 44 gigawatt foundry in Kentucky after he set up the 22
Okay.
gigawatt
Yeah.
in
Yeah. Yeah.
Commerce,
Because in
Georgia.
Georgia, there's
And then
not
he built
there's.
another 22 gigawatt in Tennessee. So right now
Okay.
we have a 88 gigawatt annual output supplier for the next gen Group 14 silicon anode cells. And this could actually help provide us the feedstock to bring the pack line assembly and to look at the robotic fabrication for the containers and the full assembly line here in the US.
Awesome.
And we are looking
Awesome.
for JV partners that could potentially help us map this process out so we can actually de-risk the project and look at getting near commercialization at a gigawatt scale annual output.
Awesome.
From the anode material, we can produce anode material at a 1.5 to 2 gigawatt an hour output
How
feedstock.
much? What, 1.5 to
1.5
2?
to 2 gigawatt per hour output feedstock for CMP slurry material. And
Mm.
we also have 128 million tons of graphite globally that we control.
And oh, okay, that you control. Okay, very good. Very
So
well
we
stated.
have
Yeah, that's the best part, that when you say, I mean, oh, where do they have that? Okay, that we control. That's the key. That's the
globally,
key.
and we have the natural feedstocks here in North America under our offtake
Hmm.
control for fundamental development to get the next gen natural all solid state batteries for energy density double to today's market because of the polymers and the garnet doped polymers or graphenes are going to improve this battery technology.
Okay. Okay.
So when we say as a
Sounds like
rule
a
of
very
thumb,
promising venture, definitely. You were asking about white labeling. If that is gonna be nano solar, the white labeling that you were requesting for?
yeah, we Nanox Solar would look at providing a feedstock offtake to, your Indian supplier to make those cells.
Okay.
So we can say that those cells are produced from our nanomaterials. Then we're looking for a white label to continue the development and expanding parallel lines to the
We
US.
can we are not white labeling sales. What we are basically white labeling is the complete BSS.
Okay.
Uh, and in this case, it's very simple. Our MOQ is really small. We can white label as far as a container side. In this case, what you're looking for the 5 megawatt hour project, it will necessarily be 12 417 cabinets, and we can accommodate seven of them in a container, so we can definitely white label all 12 of them to Nanox Solar. And next step, as I mentioned, I will send you an MDA. You sign it, send it back to me. Then after that, I will be able to provide you with the quote for the 12 cabinets of the 417 for your 5 megawatts demand. And I see a small quote as well for 250 kilowatt hours. Is that something that you need as well?
Yeah, so currently what we're working on is a project that we need to have another quote. I need 212 of those smaller cabinet systems. Um, and looking at the items, we need three-phase 480 volt. The power connector will be a DSN 60 inlet male.
Okay.
And the AC frequency, 50, 60 hertz.
Send it back to me. Send that. You can share the file as part of the intake form. I will send the MDA and the intake form for the project, even though I will be able to provide you with the pricing after I got the MDA. Okay?
So given we didn't get to actually fundamentally talk about where we're developing the MVP, pre-MVP tool,
Mm-hmm.
given the fact that a lot of these projects are experiencing a lot of red tape and a lot of delays in permitting interconnection, let alone
Mm-hmm.
tariff constraints of getting those containerized solutions and end products to the job site. What we've alleviated is to de-risk these projects and to actually have a 3D modeling platform. So what it would do is bring in all of our hardware BOMs to build out the actual proposal and the generation site for the virtual power plant. And this will allow us to actually commission a half a gigawatt to multi-gigawatt power plants in the timeline of 6 months flat or less. This would
Okay.
be a complete modular solution with a Siemens substation, and it would also consist of hydrogen turbine generation. We
For
combine
the
this with the photovoltaics and with
Okay.
our 3D design software, we'll be able to actually take your hardware equipment and the ESS
Mm-hmm.
storage, and we'll be able to design these future power plants in a BIM 3D formation that's allow us to generate the one line diagrams, the
Mm-hmm.
blueprints, and also do the feasibility impact of looking at the actual third-party lab modeling on what the actual output is for the cost per watt, not what the manufacturers are overinflating the actual cost energy output of the densities, but actually what the third-party labs are getting at the UL labs. This will allow us to de-risk and actually provide a granular landscape view for EPC developers to de-risk
That's
projects
that's
and
awesome.
also to basically bring in all the interconnection, the permitting process into a one-stop shop. So this will basically allow for the easements, the different parties and utilities, and
To
the
come
county
together.
to sign off on the
Mhm.
utility constraints. And this will speed up the fast track process as all in one platform. And we will generate those manufacturer deliverables in a timeline schedule to make this a
Jonathan, sorry for
one-stop shop.
interrupting. Do you know which are regarding the BPP? Do you know any of the aggregators that are going to be participating? Do you have any idea of who's going to be the aggregators, like Flip Energy, like maybe Sunrun, or it is going to be just strictly BPP under the CNI spec?
VPP under the CNI spec.
Okay. That's a very good one.
So we work for like the Qantas, Ryan companies, Dashinelli.
Mhm.
I hold a clearance, so I get to walk into the skiff and provide power to all these, hospitals, airports, municipalities, data centers, and military bases. And
Awesome.
energy as a service is what we're rolling out. What do you think? Is this a market fit need?
Well, so far, yes. My concern is a foreign entity concern because we're not local content, but with that size of business is something that we might consider. Definitely, we might consider to bring integration to the U.S. if we can capture that kind of pipeline.
Okay. Yeah, we're
Hmm.
we're seeing that feedback from utility, O&Ms, developers, how do we streamline and bring all these parties together? How do we make
Awesome.
a trade relationship that's international, even though we need domestic content, but everything is going
Yep.
to granularly shipped here for the
Yeah.
mass production over a time constraint of getting these large capex factories penciled in. The
Okay.
goal is to look at the nanomaterial midstream sustainable trade feedstocks as these are the bottlenecks today. And do you see this as an issue going into like 2030 in the next 5 years as we
Yes.
scale up
Yes.
manufacturing in
Yes.
America?
We because we don't have so far we don't have that capacity right now of cell production. But we are there's something that we can definitely work in the capex for the next 2 or 3 years. But aside of that, production will be here in the U.S. Yes.
Production, we build plants globally, but we're
Mm-hmm.
focused on the US for American Foundries AI, where these AI-enabled foundries are the future. Robotic
Mm-hmm.
foundries will be able to use boats and move container of material from one department to another department. And at
Awesome.
the same time, looking at the domination of fluence, they're ready for another disruptor like us.
Yep. Yeah. 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 Next question, because so far the scale of energy that might be required, both those big scale data centers and robotics, it's going to be basically a fluent market. But BESS have a small shot in some applications within the fluid market in the batteries integration to provide energy. But it's okay. It's okay. Very good.
What are
So
you
far, I'm clean.
producing at a annualized output today?
We are around 18 to 20 megs in cells. Yeah. Yeah.
And how
Between.
many megawatts did you ship this year and last year?
Oh, wow. Good question. I could say we ship around 17 to 18 worldwide. And but
Megawatts or gigawatts?
gigawatts.
Gigawatts. So that's a pretty
Yes.
big
Yeah.
number given your
Yeah.
growth capacity.
Hmm.
How long have you been with Pylontech?
I've been with Pylontech for a year.
Okay. And
Hmm.
with the team involved, do you feel that they often have all the answers the customer's looking for?
Well, that's a good one. We tried. We tried. We have our team is not as big as we would like to, but we tried. We tried. I believe that we were really good in the part. I believe that the best part is for us is to listen to our customers and to bring it any inquiry that the customer that might have in the technical side to bring it to the right person, because sometimes you don't know everything, but you have to be humble enough to admit that you might need expertise from the technical department.
Absolutely. We have to lean
Hmm.
on subject matter experts, commission engineers, quality
Oh yeah.
assurance engineers.
Yep.
We often see things that are, mismanaged in the BOM. So how do we figure that out before reinspection happens? Making sure all those project anomalies. That way, when we have this platform at night, our offshore team is looking at the project files to make sure that there's no discrepancies in the design.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
keeping as a product flow 24/7, everything is AI enabled now. And are you using AI to do your business today?
Well, uh, it might be happening in other markets, but not in the US yet.
Okay.
Yeah, not in the US yet. It might
Yeah.
be. We might have in something maybe in Australia, bigger markets, or we have a bigger deployment with lack of constraints and a very favorable environment in terms of deployment.
Yeah, I think
But
AI is solving a lot of these bottlenecks and material science problems. And a
mhm,
lot of
mhm.
times, and technology is moving at the speed of light. And when we look at the current gen and with the next gen technologies, do you feel that there has to be a bigger demand for these next gen technologies to play catch up?
Well, let me tell you, you have said what you just mentioned is really big, because I am under the impression that right now the lack of energy and the lack of water, it's the one responsible for the constraints that AI might be having right now. We need more energy, we need more water in order for the AI to develop at a speed of light, like you just mentioned. We are, for the first time, holding our horses on technology that we know will create a huge impact in our simple everyday life because we don't have the energy enough.
It's been very informational to have this one-on-one recorded session. I think it's a bigger need globally to have energy as a service to all your homes. Everybody needs clean water. And looking at third world countries, how can we energize the world? That's what we look at tomorrow.
Awesome, awesome. I got to make a hard stop right now. I have a meeting right now, and
Yeah, it's been a
it will
pleasure
be
to have this
very good.
conversation. We'll
Yeah,
continue this call, and I think this
yes,
is a good intro call to, fundamentally, build a relationship. We can
we
serve our
will.
customers, and we can figure out how to streamline product development.
We love that, and always it's a pleasure to talk with somebody who knowledgeable as you, Jonathan. Amazing. I will send you the NDA after you send me the signed NDA, name of the company and date. I will be able to provide you with the quotes, and then we can take it from there. We continue our
Excellent.
conversation.
Thank
Hawks.
you, sir. I hope to be in touch once we have our pilot platform ready for a test drive.
Awesome.
We want to show the
Yes.
customers what we're doing so we can get
Hmm.
value added feedback. Thanks
Count on
again
us.
and
Count
have a
on
great
us.
day.
You
Bye
too
bye.
as well. Amazing. Bye bye.